Hi guys, we're exploring today 10 top places you absolutely have to visit in Scotland. Today we're talking a medieval castle sitting on a volcanic rock in the middle of a capital city where history drips from every cobblestone. A loch so deep and so dark it's been hiding a monster for centuries. An island that rough guides just named one of the best places on the entire planet to visit in 2026. And a valley shaped by ancient glaciers that's appeared in James Bond, Outlander, and Harry Potter without anyone even needing to add special effects. The Scottish Highlands were called Europe's last true wilderness. Scotland is raw, ancient, and completely unforgettable. Let's start it. Number 1. Edinburgh. Edinburgh is one of the greatest cities in the world. Start at Edinburgh Castle and walk down the Royal Mile through the old town. Centuries-old tenement buildings, narrow mysterious alleyways called closes that lead into hidden courtyards, St. Giles Cathedral, the Scottish Parliament, and the Palace of Holyrood House all crammed into one extraordinary stretch of ancient city. Climb Arthur's Seat, an ancient volcano right inside the city, for panoramic views over the whole thing. In August, the Edinburgh Festival turns the entire city into the biggest arts event on Earth, with over 3,000 shows running simultaneously. The food scene has exploded in recent years. The whiskey bars are legendary, and every pub has a ghost story. TripAdvisor. Number 2. Isle of Skye. Rough guides named the Scottish Highlands, with Skye at its heart, one of the planet's top destinations for 2026, and specifically called out walking Skye's choiring at sunrise as a bucket list experience. The Isle of Skye is one of Scotland's most striking islands, known for its rugged landscapes, coastal cliffs, and constantly changing light, dramatic mountain scenery one moment, quiet lochs and small villages the next. The fairy pools are a series of crystal-clear blue-green waterfalls beneath the black Cuillin Mountains that look like they belong in a fairy tale. The Old Man of Storr, a towering rock pinnacle on the Trotternish Ridge, watches over the whole island with an ancient, brooding silence. Skye is the Scotland of your wildest imagination. Time out pocket wanderings. Number 3. Loch Ness and the Highlands. Loch Ness is 37 kilometers long, 230 meters deep, and holds more water than all the lakes of England and Wales combined. And somewhere in those black, peaty depths, legend says a monster is still lurking. Cruise the full length of the loch and explore the dramatic ruins of Urquhart Castle, which offers the best views across the water. A 13th century fortress crumbling beautifully on the loch's edge. The surrounding highlands are jaw-dropping in every direction. Ancient forests, open moorland, towering peaks, and a silence so complete it feels almost sacred. Inverness, the Highland capital, sits right at the top of the loch and makes the perfect base. Whether or not Nessie shows up, Loch Ness will haunt you in the best possible way. Highland experience. Number 4. Glencoe. Glencoe is a legendary glen shaped by ancient glaciers and steeped in both beauty and tragedy. Famous for its towering mountains, deep glens, and the haunting history of the massacre of Glen Coe. In 1692, the Campbell clan massacred the MacDonalds here in one of Scottish history's darkest chapters, and you can still feel the weight of that history hanging in the mountain air. The valley has also appeared in Skyfall, Outlander, and Harry Potter, because no production designer could ever invent something this dramatic. 3 great ridges called the Three Sisters dominate the skyline, and hiking between them on a clear day is one of the greatest walks in Britain. Glencoe doesn't just look like a film set. It is one, and reality is even better. Number 5. Glasgow. Glasgow is Scotland's biggest city and its coolest, grittier, more creative, and warmer than Edinburgh, with a friendliness from the locals that is absolutely legendary. Glasgow is known for its music scene, Victorian architecture, and free world-class museums like the Kelvingrove. The Kelvingrove Art Gallery and Museum houses everything from a Spitfire plane to Dali's Christ of St. John of the Cross, and it costs absolutely nothing to walk in. The West End is packed with independent restaurants, record shops, and coffee houses. The street art scene rivals anywhere in Europe. Summer 2026 brings the Glasgow Commonwealth Games from July 23rd to August 2nd. This already vibrant city hosting a full sporting spectacle that will see communities. Number 6. The North Coast 500. The North Coast 500 is Scotland's answer to Route 66, a 516-mile circular route around the dramatic northern coastline of the Scottish Highlands that has been called one of the greatest road trips in the world. Starting and ending in Inverness, it takes you past white sand beaches that look Caribbean except for the temperature. Sea stacks rising from the Atlantic, ancient castles, and mountains that seem to grow bigger and more dramatic with every mile. Rough Guide specifically flagged the NC 500 as a highlight of the Highlands, though visitors should be mindful as parts of the famous scenic road have struggled with over-tourism in recent years. Drive it slowly, wild camp under the stars, and stop every time something spectacular appears, which is roughly every 10 minutes. Number 7. St. Andrews. St. Andrews is a small town punching so far above its weight it's almost unfair. It's home to Scotland's oldest university and is considered the birthplace of golf. The old course has been played on for over 600 years, and hosting the Open Championship regularly draws the best golfers on the planet to this windswept Fife coastline. The ruined medieval cathedral was once the largest church in Scotland, and the clifftop castle overlooking the North Sea adds another layer of dramatic history. The town itself is gorgeous. Cobblestone streets, independent bookshops, seafood restaurants, and a beach that stretches in both directions as far as the eye can see. St. Andrews is history, sport, and beauty in a very small, very perfect package. Number 8. Cairngorms National Park. The Cairngorms is the largest national park in the UK, nearly twice the size of the Lake District, and it contains 5 of the 6 highest mountains in Britain. This is proper wilderness. Ancient Caledonian pine forests, red squirrels, ospreys, red deer, and mountain plateaus that feel closer to the Arctic than anywhere else in Britain. In winter, the ski resorts here are the only ones in the UK worth talking about. In summer, hiking the plateau above 1,000 meters puts you in a landscape that genuinely feels prehistoric. The Glenfinnan Viaduct, the famous Harry Potter Viaduct, sits on the southwestern edge of the park, combining Highland history with a touch of real film magic as the steam train crosses through the mountains. The Cairngorms is Scotland in its most raw, most ancient form. Discover Scotland tours. Number 9. Orkney Islands. Orkney sits off the very northern tip of Scotland, and it contains one of the most astonishing concentrations of ancient history anywhere on Earth. Orkney's lesser-known islands like North Ronaldsay, Sandy, and Rousey let you delve deeper into Scotland's layered history, but the main attractions are staggering. The Ring of Brodger and the Standing Stones of Stenness are Neolithic stone circles that predate Stonehenge by 1,000 years. Skara Brae is a perfectly preserved 5,000-year-old stone village, buried under sand for millennia and uncovered by a storm, older than the Egyptian pyramids. Spring is a wonderful time to visit Orkney with warmer temperatures, calmer weather, and clearer skies that show off the islands in their best light. Orkney puts human history in breathtaking perspective. Visit Scotland, visit Scotland. And last, number 10, Eilean Donan Castle. Eilean Donan is the most photographed castle in Scotland, and quite possibly the most photographed castle in the world. It sits on a tiny island at the meeting point of 3 sea lochs in the Western Highlands, connected to the mainland by a stone bridge, with mountain reflections shimmering in the water on calm days. Eilean Donan Castle is a landmark stop on the route back from the Isle of Skye, and it rewards everyone who pulls over for it. The castle dates to the 13th century, was destroyed in a Jacobite uprising in 1719, and was painstakingly rebuilt between 1919 and 1932. It has appeared in Highlander, James Bond, and countless other films. But standing in front of it in person, surrounded by Highland mountains and dark loch water, is something no film has ever fully captured. Scotland isn't just a country. Its monster-haunted lochs, medieval cities wrapped in mist, glens carved by glaciers that still hold the memory of ancient tragedies, and a wildness so powerful and so ancient it makes everything else feel slightly small. Thumbs up if you found this video helpful. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more travel guides.